Welcome back to another episode of Tell Me Sis podcast, featuring your two favorite sisters and
Sophia,
our second guest, actually.
Who was our first? Oh yeah, Mom.
Can't forget Mom. Okay, I actually think you have to bring it closer.
Do you want to start?
No, it's okay.
We
barely
can
said anything.
Unless, yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's just because if we're talking closer and then you're further away, it's going to be hard to edit it because you're going to sound like you're a million years away.
If there's a noise in the background that you hear, I'm doing my laundry, so I'm really sorry. It's going to be done in about like 4 minutes now, probably.
Yeah, it's fine, though.
I haven't been home in a few days. We have a very special guest on our podcast today. We're starting it's a series. It's going to be called Cousins Corner.
Mm-hmm.
And our first guest is our cousin Sofia. So
I'm so happy to be the first one.
Yeah. Sophia's been dying to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
She's texted me about it multiple times. So finally,
we're like, oh, fine, we'll have you. No, I'm kidding. No, we've been wanting to have you.
I've been like dying to have you on.
I've been asking actually weekly, I think.
It's just more like how our schedules lined up. It like worked out that this week was fine, but we're so excited.
No, but when you messaged me about it yesterday, I was like, oh my god, yes, that's perfect. And it's a good thing you messaged me too, because my sister is going away again, and so we completely forgot that we even had to record in the first place.
Oh my
so
god.
When you messaged me, I was like, oh my god, Alex, like, we need, first of all, I want to have Sophia on for like our next episode. She's like, oh, also I'm away, so we need to record 2 episodes.
Oh my god.
So we would have had nothing to post.
Yeah, my brain has been all over the place because this month is crazy for me, but I'm just so excited. So I think before anything, we should kind of get to know Sophia a little bit. I mean, obviously she's our cousin.
Yeah.
What would you like to know?
So how are we related, Sophia?
So Alex and Kyla's father, Aldo, is my mom's older brother. My mom is the baby of 5, and my uncle Aldo is the second.
Yes. And that's how we're related.
Also,
okay, end of episode.
I'll just give like a little, like a quick, brief overview. So I consider Sophia more like a younger sister than a cousin.
Yeah.
I would say the same.
Sophia's 24. I'm 30. My sister's 32. Just to give like, you know, the age reference, age context. And we grew up being very close. Me and Sophia were very close in particular. Like, we play Barbies. We play with the white baby together. What? Why are you giving me that look?
That sounds bad if people don't know what that is. So
no,
Sophia, what was the white baby, Sophia?
So it is a bit embarrassing.
Yeah.
So when I was really young, I had a very direct personality. I wasn't shy to
when you were young or currently?
I still do. Okay, I'm not shy to ask for what I want.
Yeah,
good.
That's a good thing.
And every time we would go to Kyla Alex's house, you know, I would ring the doorbell. Even if I was 2 years old, I would ring the doorbell, and whoever would open the door, the first thing was, "Where's the white baby?"
Yeah, white baby.
And it was just this doll that they had, and I nicknamed it the white baby
because it had like
it was wearing like a white outfit though.
Yeah, it was one of those where the head, the arms, and the legs were plastic, but the inside was like a soft white thing, and it just was a naked doll. So I called it the white baby.
And you would literally come over and the door would open and the first thing, where's the white baby?
Yeah.
And
white baby.
So every time I go to your house, your parents' house, and I ring the doorbell, your dad, every time he opens it, he's like, white baby.
Oh my god, still to
this day, and I'm almost 24. Like,
that's so cute.
Yeah.
If we have pictures that we could find of us as kids, we should insert them in the video.
I'm sure we have.
Yeah, I already have like a few on my phone. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Sophia
looked like Boo from Monsters Inc.
I
had
so
bangs
cute.
and little like pigtails.
I literally had a photo of you in my locker when I was in grade 7.
Oh my god, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, and all my friends were obsessed. They're like, "It's Boo from Monsters Inc."
Oh,
yeah,
so
you're so cute.
So cute.
But yeah, we were very, like, our families in particular were very close. We have a big family, but like your parents and my parents were very close, and so we did a lot of stuff together. We went to Florida together. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember. Andreas is my brother. He may have been 2 or 3. I was 5, and you guys were be older than that. But anyways,
I don't remember. I was 15. That's all I know.
Okay, so that makes me quick.
What's the math?
Minus
what
9.
You'd be like 7.
I was like 6
8.
or 7.
Yeah, that makes sense because Andreas was like 3.
Yeah.
Because you guys were like
Andreas was still like a baby.
He was like a little bit older than Archie.
Oh my god.
You were 15 in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
So I was what, 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that I would have been 6.
Okay, yeah.
And that's
That makes
so
sense.
cute because there's literally this video we have of Sofia.
Oh my god.
She's like sitting there. She had attitude. You were a little teenager. She's sitting there like this. And where's Kyla?
Oh yeah.
Like all attitude-y. Like acting like a teenager.
That's my favorite thing. I have to say that's my favorite thing about Sofia is the fact that like you're so yourself. You just don't give a shit.
But
well, you give a shit, but like
not really.
you just speak your mind, and like if the person can't handle it, then
Yeah, too
they
bad.
can't handle it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you're not a mean person.
You're
but
in your mind. It's kind of like
you're very authentic.
I'm not gonna like cater to what you're feeling. Like I'm just gonna be myself, and if you can't handle it, that's like your issue, not a my issue. Like,
yeah,
if that makes any sense.
actually, my dad, me and my dad were talking about you recently.
Oh god.
He's like, how's Sophia been? And so I was like, oh, she's been really good. Like she graduated university, and like she's gonna be going to Greece this summer. I was telling him a bit about like how I'm gonna be meeting up with you in Milos, and then he was asking like if like more questions about your life and whatever. And I was like, I just love Sofia so much because she's very true to herself. Like she says what's on her mind without thinking twice. You know, she's not like a typical girl who's like, oh my god, if I say this, like, is it gonna be okay? Like you're very like, I'm like straightforward. You're very blunt.
Well, thank you.
And my dad is like, so my dad was like, that's a really good thing. And he's like, but the thing I like about Sofia, this is what my dad said. He's like, what I like about Sofia is that she could dish it, but she could also take it. So she's not one of those people that like, that just like says what's on her mind. Like if you turn around and you're open and honest with her, like she'll be like, oh yeah, it's true.
If you're like, Sofia, you're being a little brat. She's like, well, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it's true.
I know. When my dad said that, I was like, oh, it's actually really true.
Yeah,
because there are a lot of people that could be very like blunt and like there's absolutely no sugarcoating what comes out of their mouth. But then the second you say something to them that's very like, you know, you kind of give them a taste of their own medicine in a way, they can't take it.
It's true. And it's like, well, then you can't be like that. It's not fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sofia, I guess we should get into a little bit about who you are in your life and what's up, because Kyla mentioned that you just graduated.
Yes.
So you want to talk about that?
So sorry, last thing, and then I'll let you get into it.
Yeah.
So something I wanted to talk about with Sofia on the podcast is the fact that she just graduated university, and like for me, when me and Sofia, like, we never took a break from school. I obviously graduated earlier. Like, I graduated in 2017. And I remember, like, the first few months to a year, maybe even the first, like, 2 years, it was a really weird transition for me because I was in school my entire life. And then all of a sudden now I'm, like, in the real world. And nothing is the same. So I was like, I want to talk about that with Sofia because we had a conversation about this quite recently.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you feeling this way? And you were like, yes. And no one prepares you for this.
No.
So, like, how have you been feeling since graduating university?
So I think in the beginning, it was really tough. It was scary, even though... So I started an internship maybe 6 months before I graduated. And they offered to extend my internship over my last semester of school. And then they offered me a full-time position. And okay, I had this rhythm of, oh, great, I have a job after university. And everybody's like, you're so lucky that you have a job. We're going into a recession and all these things. But it's like, okay, great. But is this going to be my life every single day? And it honestly was making me incredibly anxious. I wasn't sleeping and stuff. And my mom was like, okay, listen, you need to make your own deadlines in life. You can't make your... You know, you don't have that schedule anymore where it's 4 months in school, 4 months of summer, 4 months in school again, and then you have midterms and finals, and you have to make your own deadlines so that you have your own goals, and once you achieve those, then you make new goals. And I guess that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I am a bit lost at times. It's like, oh, okay, Monday comes around and I have to just go to work again, and, you know, it is a bit deadbeat, especially in the winter with our weather. Like,
oh my God.
So repetitive, yeah.
There's not as much to do. And so I literally had a crisis 2 weeks ago to my mother, and I was like, I'm not doing anything with my life, you know? So
do you want to talk about what you do?
yeah, I can say what I do. I could also say what I studied.
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought I was going to be an anesthesiologist, a doctor.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. For years, I thought that.
Like, I remember you used to look up on YouTube, like, surgeries and stuff.
Yeah. I used to love watching surgeries, like the really graphic ones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I still don't mind it. Like, I've watched somebody stitch somebody up.
Like, you could have watched my cesarean?
No, because there's a baby. No.
Oh, okay.
But
like, if I had, like, surgery with no baby, you'd be able to watch that.
Yes.
Ooh.
But I think because the baby is alive, like, that freaks me out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your line.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy I'll be the one giving birth, not the one watching. You know?
Okay.
In that sense, yeah. So yeah, I thought I'd be a doctor, and then have you guys ever mentioned CEGEP on the podcast?
We have, but people are new all the time.
You could say what you could explain what it is.
So our high school goes till grade 11, and then grade 12 and year 0 of university is basically put into 2 years. It's called a CEGEP in French, or a college in English, where you can either do a 2-year program and specialize for university, or you can do a 3-year career path.
Yeah.
Where, like, you become an electrician or a policeman or something like that.
Yeah.
So I did health sciences, literally to be a doctor in those 2 years, but I did so terrible that
Was it because you were, like, purposely not studying because you had a social life now, or was it because you found the curriculum hard?
I think both? A mix of both.
Yeah.
But it was honestly the first time that boys were interested in me.
Oh, it
and
messed
so
with you.
I was skipping class to go hang out with boys and sneaking out to go hang out with boys, and it was really, that was the pattern.
Okay.
Yeah.
And instead of studying, right? And I finished that in 2 years and a half instead of 2 years.
Right.
And so when I was applying to university, all the programs that were starting in January, it was only business programs.
Right.
And so I said, you know what? A business degree never hurt anybody. So I started in marketing.
You didn't want to wait an extra semester and then go into the field you wanted to go into?
No, my parents weren't letting me do that.
Oh, yeah, you had to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
My parents were like, no, you need to be in school. Because if you take a break, who knows when you're going to go back.
True.
So I'm happy they did that because I went into marketing and then I switched into accounting. I finished with a degree in accounting, and now I work in marketing for a cosmetics company.
But did you have a minor in anything?
Yeah, a minor in marketing.
Okay, so majored in... Okay,
yeah. A major in accounting and a minor in marketing.
Is there a reason why you didn't want to go into accounting?
Yes, because the CPA, which is to be like a registered accountant, that exam just kind of scares me.
Okay, so you just didn't want to do it.
I loved it in school, and I was just like, I feel like the life of an accountant is going to be very similar day to day.
Yeah.
Whereas in marketing,
I've heard things about accounting, and like, this is obviously just hearsay, but it's like supposedly the most repetitive, boring job.
But if you like that, because there's a lot of people that thrive off of routine and repetitiveness, and like they would.
I've met people actually that they like the 9 to 5 life, going in office, sitting in front of a desk, and like that repetitive routine. Whereas for me, I'm like, I could not be more depressed and unhappy being in the same type of environment every single day for 8 hours a day
for the rest of your life.
For the rest of my life. Like, that to me is like jail.
Yeah.
Like, you want to punish me for doing something bad? Have me do that.
Kyla in a 9 to 5 desk job in a cubicle.
I can't. Every day has to be different. I like being hands-on.
Yeah.
I like being, more autonomous, where it's like sometimes I have the option, like with my job now, that I love it, because it's like sometimes I choose when I want to go to our downtown office. Every Monday is the same, but it's just one day of the week.
Yeah.
Every other day is different. I could choose if I want to work from home, if I want to go downtown, if I don't want to go downtown and I want to go back to the
other location.
In the West Island.
Yeah.
So anyways, back to you. So, but yeah, we don't like routine.
No, but that's what I was telling your dad, actually, is that I find accounting from company to company is going to be similar.
Yeah.
Like, any private company is going to be the same, and any public company is going to be the same. Whereas there's so much under the marketing umbrella.
Yeah.
Like, I'm currently in digital marketing, basically an e-commerce specialist, if people know what that is.
So that's like websites.
Yeah,
and like
websites,
newsletters,
promotions, newsletters, sending our products to retailers, and I love it. Like, every day is different.
I was going to say, you like that job, but you just don't like the fact that you're stuck in this thing now for like Kyla said, the rest of your life.
Yes.
Kind of thing. So it's just the transition of, and I think you had mentioned this to me too, how sometimes people take time off to travel and everything.
Yeah.
Is that something you want to do or no?
So I have traveled a lot in my life.
Yeah.
I went to Greece every single summer because my father is Greek, from Greece. And I had asked for the time off. I took January off from work. And I went to Lisbon, where you just went. And it was great, eh? Yeah. And then I went to Greece for the whole month. But that's my only time that I took in between the two. I don't have the hunger to travel and discover new cities.
Okay, you just want to go back to Greece.
No, I just want to go back to Greece and live in Greece and ideally work a remote job from Greece.
Can you work your current job remotely or no?
It's in discussion with my company.
And let's say for whatever reason that couldn't happen. Can you work in Greece, or would it have to be a Canadian job remotely?
I could. Greece's economy is pretty terrible.
Yeah.
And the minimum wage is just like, say minimum wage is 800 euros, but rent is 400 euros, right?
Okay.
So a month.
Yeah.
You, with the extra 400 euros, like you can't live.
Yeah.
So ideally, where I have friends that do this, they work for German companies on German salaries, but they live in Greece.
Okay.
So they have a higher salary, and in digital marketing, it exists. Like, it's possible.
So you have options.
If you're in marketing, I feel like that's one of like the what's it called? Types of jobs that you could get where you could work remotely.
Yeah, I've been looking into it. I love my job, so I want to see if it's a possibility with my current company.
Yeah.
And then we'll see once I get my answer.
But what's it like? Because I know Kyla touched on this a little bit, but you're fresh out of it right now. Like, you were in school your whole life, and now you're entering the real world. Do you feel almost like an identity crisis? Or you kind of like, I still know who I am, what I want, but I'm trying to figure out where I want to take my life?
Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm. It's like, do I want to stay in this field for the rest of my life? Mm-hmm. How will I find another job? What do I want to do? Where do I see myself in 10 years? Like, these are questions that constantly are in my brain.
But they give you anxiety?
Yeah, they do give me anxiety. Yeah. It does scare me. It's like, besides my job, who am I as a person? Yeah. Definitely. What else can I say about it?
I mean, your 20s are all for, like, experimenting.
The thing,
and stuff,
too,
you know?
I wanna add to this is, like, the way I see it is our school system and, like, the way that we were brought up with, like, in our society and stuff is very, it's like, it's almost not fair. Like, it almost sets people up to go through identity crisis and, like, to go through an identity crisis and, like, to feel very confused and unhappy. And, like, they almost groom us to think that we need to, like, know what we want to do for the rest of our lives at such a young age. Like, having to, when you're fresh out of high school, you're 16 or 17, have to decide what you want. What do you want to study in CEGEP? Like, do you want to do, like, the career path route, or do you want to do, like, sciences or commerce or social? But it's like all these decisions that you're making that actually have a big impact on your future, because it's all school and, like, the programs that you can get into. You're having to make these decisions at such a young age. You don't even know yourself. Yeah. Then eventually you get to a point too where it's like, you've been in school your entire life. Your schedule is made for you. Your deadlines are made for you. Yes, like, the further you make it in school, the more independent you are when it comes to having to show up to class and, like, get your work done and stuff. But, like, still at the end of the day, it's like, it's very structured. All the structure is there and it's made for you. So you never have to think about that. And then all of a sudden you graduate and it's like, now you have to find a job. And when you graduate, you're still in your 20s, which is really young. And society has kind of, like, groomed you to believe that it's like, well, now this is what I need to be doing for the rest of my life.
Yeah. But I think there's a bit of more of a balance in our generation, maybe more like people my age, where you're allowed to, the whole slogan of nothing is permanent is very big.
100%.
And a lot of my friends, like, just left school, like, started masters, and they were like, screw this. And they went to work in bakeries, or they did, I don't know, different jobs that aren't considered good jobs, but they're jobs. So, you know, like, as long as you are doing a good job at what you're doing, like,
it doesn't matter.
Who cares? Yeah, exactly.
I also think, and I don't know if it's like this with everyone, maybe it's just our family or something, but there was a lot of pressure in, like, getting a high paid job. Yeah. So, like, a job where you can, like, make good money. So, like, the typical, like, doctor, lawyer, engineer, like, our parents' generation, it was kind of like, you know, you got to do these jobs in order to be successful, in order to be happy and have a family. And so we grew up not with our parents telling us that, but it's almost like there's just this underlying pressure of, like, having to do something where you make a lot of money to get this success, you know? Yeah. And I think as we got older, our parents started to realize that, like, actually we're very unhappy and, like, not excited with what we're doing, and there's so many more opportunities in our generation in order to do jobs that we want, like switch around things. And we're very lucky that our schooling is not extremely expensive. Like there's people in the States that like if they decide to go to university or college or whatever, that's a debt that they're going to have for a long time. So they can't just switch up and try new things. And it's like so crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy to me, honestly.
And
that
like
makes
the pressure,
me so grateful that we're not in the States for that.
Because now, for example, like you have this degree, right?
Yeah.
But if you, okay, obviously doctor aside, but like if you wanted to go work in accounting or anything else business related, business management, whatever, you have this under your belt that you can literally just be like, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that, and try different jobs to see what you like.
Yeah.
You know, people always, every single one of my friends that graduated does not work in what they graduated.
Yeah,
like,
it's so common.
Dude, my degree is in human relations. I'm in marketing.
My friend graduated a psychologist, and now she works in marketing.
Yeah.
Like complete opposite.
No,
Also,
I
if
always
you-
tell people in marketing, you don't need a marketing
Like
degree.
you just
Yeah, you don't.
You don't. You just need to know.
I
Actually,
do.
no.
I did love. I took a lot. I took like 2 or 3 marketing classes when I was in university, like just to fill my my credits, and those were like my favorite classes.
Yeah, they're
Because it actually
interesting.
does teach you about like the real world. Whereas like then I also had classes that were like philosophy, where I was like I mean. There was a lot that I learned in those classes, but I was like, this couldn't be more boring. Or like sociology, theology.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So boring.
I find
Hated
for
it.
myself, I had a really hard time in school because when I'm not interested in something, it's really hard for me to pay attention.
Yeah.
Like I really cannot pay attention if I find something boring, or if the subject is interesting but the professor is not like my vibe or my style. I have a very hard time. And so the type of schooling that like I need that works for my brain is not a schooling that exists in like the modern world. You know, like I could study on my own. I can actually teach myself a course by reading a textbook and studying myself and learning more that way than learning from a professor that is not my like style.
Yeah.
And so that's why I always found it hard for me in school. But the good thing about school is it never goes anywhere. So if people are listening and you're stressed about your future, you're like, did I make the wrong decision or whatever? Like you can always go back. You can always do online courses. There's always things that you could do to better yourself. Like even if you didn't graduate, but you want to take a course on something, like you can do that.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping you. There's no shame in that. And I mean, I think it's great that like you guys both graduated and like you're in these fields and stuff, and knowing that like you can do whatever you like now, you know, like I never think it's a bad thing to be in school.
No, I think school is just more there to teach you life skills in the sense of self-discipline and
Yes.
teaching you how you have an exam in 3 weeks, so you need to study for it, and it just teaches you that that's life.
Yeah.
You know.
But also life is what you make it.
Yeah.
As cheesy as that is. But yeah, speaking a little bit of travel, jumping into that. So you mentioned that you traveled to Greece for a month. And if you're confused, because Kyla and I are not Greek. So her mom, like she said, is our aunt who's Italian. But her dad was born in Greece, right?
So my dad's born here.
But he moved to Greece when he was like a baby.
He moved to Greece when he was like 2 years old.
But his family is from Greece.
Yeah. So his father, my papu, which is grandfather in Greek, is born and raised in Greece in Patras.
Is that a small island?
No, it's the 3rd biggest city in Greece on the mainland. And I'm like, is it the 3rd or the second? It's the 3rd.
Okay.
And it's in the Peloponnese, so it's in the south. And it's a little city right by the water.
Oh.
Yeah. My great uncle and great aunt still live there. My aunts and uncles, cousins still live there.
But then you also have family in
Athens. So basically my grandmother's side of the family is in Athens. My grandfather's side of the family is in Patra. And my family in Athens has cottage homes.
Okay.
On the island of Milos.
Okay, so that's where Milos
why I was like, where's...
Because then I was going to ask, like, okay, so Milos... But you've already told me this. I just get confused all the time.
Yeah, it's confusing because in the summers, I don't spend much time in Athens.
Yeah.
Because...
You're really in, like, Milos.
Yeah, in Milos or in Patra. Like, people that have...
In Patra.
Patras, okay?
I like the way you say it.
Yeah, so in Milos, which is an island that's becoming so famous right now.
Is
and
it?
They're saying that it's going to be the next Mykonos.
Really?
Which I'm like, no, I don't want it to be. It's
it's
my
like
little home. Like,
Yeah.
don't touch that place. But I get it. It's has the most beaches in Greece.
I thought that Greece, they need the tourism. to help the economy.
They do. It's their economy lives on the tourism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more like when you're a local, or I know you're not a local, but you're like kind of a local, and you have this like beautiful little sanctuary. And you're like, don't ruin it with all the tourists. But at the same time, you're kind of like, well, we need the money, so.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'd say I kind of grew up with Milos.
Okay.
In the sense, in the beginning when we used to go as kids, no one knew of the island. We were the only people speaking English there.
Wow.
Yeah, really nobody knew of it. And then I say since COVID.
Oh my gosh, like recently popular.
Since COVID, it's boomed. Like, everybody goes there.
Wow.
And
I wonder, like, what started, like, how did people start noticing Milos?
A lot of designers, like Hermes and Christian Dior, did commercials on the island. Yeah. And it has a beach called Sarakiniko, which looks like a moon. And it's these big white rocks. So if ever you see this famous beach that looks like a moon, it's that beach in Milos.
Okay.
What do you mean it looks like a moon? Like the shape
looks
of it?
like the moon.
It's
like
just,
the rocks look like you're on the moon.
So it's not sand. There's a small portion of sand, but it's just cliffs. And the cliffs are white rocks.
Oh, wait. Did you take a video on a boat?
No, not on a boat. I was sitting on one side of the rocks, and there's the rocks.
Okay, because the videos that you were sending me when I was like booking with my friend, one of the videos, there's like these rocks, and so this is a conversation I was having with her. I was like, I don't know if people like cliff jump. I was gonna say cliff dive and jump. Both. I don't know if people cliff jump, but I was like, but count me out. Like on the day that we do I can't speak. The boat tour.
Yeah.
So she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I mean, if there's a 0.01% chance that there's going to be a shark in the water, like, I'm not doing it. And
Kyla.
she was like, Kyla, it's like so rare, you know? And I was like, no, I know it's rare, but if there's a chance, I'm not doing it. Like, you will never catch me jumping into open water with the potential risk of like coming face to face with a fucking shark. Like, there's no way. I'm either staying on the boat or I'm going to just...
Kyle's biggest fear.
No, like it's actually my biggest fear. When you said that you were like bathing in the ocean, I was like, no. You're like, Kyla, it was like so perfect, you know. I was like literally washing my hair in the ocean, which sounds beautiful. But the first thing that popped into my mind, I was like, yeah, you're washing your fucking hair and then a shark comes up from below and just like attacks you.
What I think is I'm washing my hair in salt water. It's not getting washed.
Also, showering in the sea sounds so romantic.
No, it's really sounds dirty. It sounds gross. Okay,
well, basically,
oh my God.
Listen,
yeah, no, the sharks.
We jumped in the water, put the soap, washed our hair so fast.
Yeah. But it's all salty.
Yeah, but wait. Then you come back out. And you have like a little thing with odus, with soft water.
Can you speak Greek?
Yes, I can. I learned Greek. Yeah.
Oui?
Yeah.
Oui.
Okay. I learned Greek during COVID. And I'd say now I speak pretty fluently.
Say something.
Γεια σας, με λένε Σοφία. Θέλω να πάω να δουλέψω στην Ελλάδα φέτος, το καλοκαίρι.
Wow, that was so pretty. What did you say?
You really like... You sound Greek when you speak in Greek. Like, even the way you pronounce the S's.
I might have a bit of an English accent.
Okay.
But I did say, hi, my name is Sofia. I'd like to go work in Greece for the summer.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Can you speak Italian?
Not really.
I was going to say the same thing in Italian.
Buongiorno, mi chiamo Sofia Petsalis.
Yeah. Voglio lava... No, I can say it in Spanish, but not in English.
Non voglio means I don't want to.
Voglio is I want to.
Voglio.
Well, voglio is like going, right?
Studiare.
Estudiare. Work would be trabajando, trabajar.
Trabajar.
I said it on purpose like that. Okay, but yes, I do speak Greek, and...
Like you can have a conversation in Greek
yes.
with people. Okay.
Yes. Like
That's
my cousins take me around their friends and I can follow the conversation, be part of the conversation. And yeah.
That's awesome. Is there a reason why you like your dad's side of the family more than your mom's side of the family?
Oh my God, guys.
Is there a reason why you don't like us as much?
Whoa, scary. No, I like you guys for different reasons.
Yeah, obviously.
I grew up with you guys. I didn't know my Greek family growing up as much.
Oh, really?
I mean, I wasn't as close to them. We only really started going to Greece when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel as close until I really spoke Greek.
Mm-hmm.
So
did you speak a word of Greek when you started going?
I knew like yes, no, my name is Sofia.
Okay.
Like I remember meeting somebody in Greece and we couldn't converse because that person didn't speak English and I didn't speak Greek.
I'm so excited to be in Greece with you this summer at your little like a paradise that you've been talking to me about for years.
I remember, Sophia, when we went to Greece for my bachelorette, and this is before you really learned Greek properly, but you're like, I can speak Greek, and then the guy was like talking to you about something and you were like
yeah, that's when I was like, I know how to speak Greek and I just knew how to like introduce myself.
Yeah, because he was like, we needed help with the luggage or something, and he was like talking to you because we're like, she speaks Greek, and you're like, I actually don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
That was fun though.
That was fun.
That was a really fun trip, and the fact that we were like in such a good location too, our hotel, and like the nice beach that we got to go like to daily.
You know what? Me and my friend always talk about to this day how the best iced coffee we ever had was the Freddo cappuccino on the beach.
Freddo espresso.
It's so good, and we get half sweet, right? Or no, double.
Metrio. There's 3 levels.
Yeah, the second level is what we liked.
Metrio.
Yeah, okay, that's what we used to say. It was so good.
The scavenger hunt in Old Mykonos.
Do you remember when Sophia had the piggyback ride?
Yeah, I have a picture of it.
I was just pissing my pants because I'm like, Sophia's like, I'll do it. She had no, because I'm like, especially then, I was like so like shy and kind of scared to do things, and so your girls were so nice. You were like, I'll do it, and then Sophia's like, I'm gonna do this one.
I remember the guy's name too.
What was it?
Lefteris.
I was gonna say, was it Yanni?
No.
Was it George?
Was it Manos?
Yeah, like everyone has the same name.
Yeah, they're all George,
Michael, right? Isn't your dad?
Yeah, my dad is. Michali isn't so common.
No. Okay, well, George, Yanni.
Yeah, George and Yanni are huge. And like I have my whole family is George and Yanni.
How do you say George in Greek?
Yorgo.
Or like Yorgos.
Okay.
The George. When you talk about somebody, you say like the person.
How come when you're spelling it, because like my sister-in-law, her husband is Greek, and like how come when you're talking to someone you would pronounce the S or you write the S, and then when you're talking about them you don't put the S?
So,
or am I mixing it up?
Name?
Yanni.
Okay, so
as we're
speaking about Yanni, so if we're talking about Yanni and he's not here, we say Yannis or Yannis.
When he's not here. So like Andreas.
So, yes.
We say Andreas, but when we were talking to him, Andrea.
If he's the subject of the sentence.
Right, okay.
But if it's like Alex brought a gift to Yanni, you don't say Alex brought a gift to Yannis.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
So if it's the subject, you say, oh, Yannis. Like I was just saying,
Yannis.
oh, Yorgos.
Okay.
The George.
Okay.
The Yanni.
Okay.
The Yanni. That's so cool. That's cool. It's so interesting to me how language is so different in so many different countries, and like even in French, how like things are masculine or feminine, and it's confusing.
English is so basic.
But then people say English is one of the hardest languages to learn.
Really?
Yeah, because there's so many things that don't make sense. Like even certain words, like tough, is spelt like rough and tough.
Oh yeah.
I saw a video recently where the person's like, okay, so like the word bomb was written, and they were like, okay, so this is pronounced bomb. So then the person that's like learning was like, okay, bomb, and then they wrote right underneath the word tomb.
Yeah.
Which is like, it looks like it should
literally
be
the
pronounced
same
as Tom, but it's pronounced tomb. And then there was like there was like a list of words that were like pretty much all spelt the same, but all pronounced different.
Yeah, it's honestly people that don't speak English say that English is one of the hardest languages, and then even there was that funny Vine from years ago that was like, why is it this state is called Kansas, right next to it Arkansas, when it's spelled Arkansas.
Oh my god, it's so true.
But you pronounce things differently, and like we just know because we grew up speaking English, but when you don't know, it's so confusing. I feel like this makes no sense. Or like, why are there 3 theirs? There, and there.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Get me started. In Greek, there's like 6 eyes. So
like,
really? Don't even, yeah. You know, but I'm so attracted to people that are learning English.
Really?
And they speak with a broken English.
Oh my god, same.
I have a really funny story.
Okay.
Oh my god, I think I know which one you're gonna talk about.
So I've had 3 Mamma Mia moments in my life. Yeah. And one of them blew his nose on FaceTime and was like, I blew my nose in Greek. And I'm like, how do you say that in English? And he goes, snooze my nose.
Aww.
So fucking cute. But when Sofia told me this, I died.
I snooze my nose.
Dying, and I'm like, can you say it again?
He's very manly looking too. He's very much a man. And he's like, snooze my nose.
I'm like, can you say it again? Snooze my nose. And he's like, no, Sofia, now you need to tell me how to say it because you're laughing. It's not nice, Sofia.
Sophia's a popular name in Greek.
Yes, Sophia's very popular.
How do you pronounce your name in Greek?
Sophia.
But like the S is like shh.
Sophia.
Is that why your dad says shosh?
No, that started from Lele, our aunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Sofia, you were named after your grandmother.
Yes.
Because in Greek, you're always named after, the first daughter is named after the
father's mother.
And then the first son
is named after the father's
father. And then if you have a second girl, is it the mother's mother?
Yeah.
And then, okay.
That's how it goes.
So that's why there's so many of the same names.
So Andreas was
my grandfather's name is Ilya, and my cousin is already Ilya.
He was
mom
born
like,
first.
Yeah, screw that.
She's like, I didn't want to name them both
named
Ilya.
Andreas in your family?
Nobody.
Okay.
She just liked the name.
Yeah.
Ah, my leg is so
matter.
stiff.
Does it matter?
Mitsu.
Oh, point that to Sofia.
Yeah,
remember when we were in
that's
Italy
right.
and we were doing synchro?
Oh my god, guys.
Do you remember when I fainted on you in Italy?
We were talking about
more
this
than once.
Okay, so we were literally just talking about this yesterday because my cousin was saying that she's fainting a lot. Well, she faints like she just has always been that way. And we were talking about fainting, and I said when I was vegetarian, I wasn't eating properly, like the proper proteins and stuff, so I became anemic. I didn't know that.
Oh my god.
And so if I was dehydrated, wasn't eating properly, whatever, I would faint. And I didn't understand why I was fainting so much. I went to the doctor, and he was like, well, like, you got to eat meat, girl. And so I started eating meat, and then I haven't fainted since. But one of the first times I ever fainted was in Italy on top of Sofia, who at the time you were what, like 14?
Yeah, I remember. It scared me. I was like,
Get off!
You got mad at her to get off?
Well, I probably didn't understand what was going on. And then I was like, oh, shit.
I fainted like 4 times that trip. That's what really scared me. And then I think the last time I fainted was when I was in Peru. And I was like, oh, it's just because of the oxygen. And Dan's like, it's not normal to be fainting like this.
No.
And then that's when I went to see my doctor. And then I started eating meat, and I literally never fainted since.
So my doctor's on maternity leave, but you know how I've been like losing a lot of hair and stuff?
Yeah.
And then I woke up one morning with a weird rash on my arm.
Okay.
It was like, it looked like a hive / like a hickey, but like it was a line, like, or like 2 lines on my arm, not itchy, not bumpy, nothing. Finally I got my foot in the door to see a different doctor because mine is on mat leave. And so I wanted to get a blood test to test my hormones, which I'm still going to do. But basically I was telling her all of my symptoms. I'm losing a lot of hair. I'm very stressed out all the time. I don't know if it's like a hormone imbalance or if it's just due to stress. Then at the end of my session, she was like, okay, before you leave, I just want to test your lymph nodes to see if you're anemic. And I was like, I am anemic.
Because she's been tested before.
I got a blood test years ago, and my doctor was like, you're anemic. Here's iron pills that you should take only when you're on your period. But like, I was having no symptoms of anemia. Yeah. So I was like, why am I going to take these pills? Like, it just seems stupid to me. Oh my God. Over the years, it got so bad to the point where now the doctor's like, still get a blood test, but like your results will come back. But like, you're probably like, you're going to have to take like an iron pill, like more than just when you're on your period. I also had like a really heavy, anyways, we're not going to get into it. But all this to say, it makes me feel better to know that this could all be due to the fact that I'm anemic. Because I thought I was dying.
And I'm pretty sure it's genetic. That's what someone had told me. But our aunt was anemic.
Yeah, Elena was anemic.
Okay.
Lele.
Yeah. What else were we going to talk about before? We had said a few other things.
Okay, so I have something that I want to ask you. Because when we were in Greece for my sister's bachelorette, I super ironically got to meet one of Sofia's friends who just so happens to be a boy who's from Greece, but he's not from Mykonos, and he was working, I think, like just down the street from where we were staying. It was very ironic, and you didn't even know that he was working there, right?
No, I had no idea.
So
wait, you didn't know before?
No, I didn't know.
So he just happened to be there, and you were
that
like,
day we arrived at the beach, I was like, what the heck?
We'll say
funny.
The story
in a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
But so I got to meet him. He's really nice. His name, can we say his name?
Yeah.
Milos. And I remember during COVID, he was like, did like an Instagram live just for fun. He's not like an influencer or anything. And me and Sofia went on his live, and we were just pissing our pants. And he was like, communicating with us, and there was another like Greek guy on the live, but
oh yeah, his name was Andreas, the other guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I remember.
I feel like there's like 5 Greek names that they just keep rotating.
It's always the same.
Yeah, it's always the same. But I love Manos. He's so nice. I have a very vivid memory of us going out one night. I think it was we had gone to a club that night, and we all got back very late, and we were all, you know, a little bit tipsy. And
you could say drunk.
No one was like drunk.
Okay.
Though, I don't think it was more like tipsy.
Yeah.
If anything, like we were just kind of like hungry. It was late, and like we're just kind of in the mood to still like chill. And I think we had gone to your room, and it was me, you, Lauren, Manos, Kat.
Oh my god, I have a photo of this day.
Yes, and we were eating pizza on the bed. And then the next morning, Sofia didn't realize someone had dropped a piece of tomato, like an actual tomato slice, on the ground. She stepped in it and went to bed. And the next morning, she had a tomato under her foot.
I woke up and I was like, go like that. The tomato was flying. I was like, nasty. I had Lauren next to me. I'm like, are you hungry?
Yeah. That was a really fun trip.
It was. Okay, so who is Manos?
Yes. Who's Manos?
As we said earlier, my family has homes in Milos.
Okay, so he's from Milos.
So, yeah, I don't even know if he's born in Milos or in Athens, but
is it gonna be one of those things that like if you're someone's listening who's Greek, they're gonna be like, I know this person.
Maybe
because everyone knows everyone.
They might, but honestly, like it's fine.
Okay,
if it's him, it's fine. Yeah, the other ones we're not mentioning.
Okay.
So when you graduate high school in my Greek family, our grandmother buys us a trip to Greece alone.
Wow.
And so I was 16 and it was July 7th, 2016. I was actually 17.
That's a day after my birthday.
Yeah. And
I
was
had just turned 17.
in Milos alone, but with my family, just not my parents.
Okay.
And you can book these boat trips around Milos. They're just like for tourists, and they go to different spots, cliff jumping and all that. And the night before the boat trip, I looked at my cousins and I was like, what if the assistant captain is cute this year? Because he's always a cute guy. Like, he's always cute. And so the next day, we're walking onto the boat, and this young guy comes to help us walk onto the boat. And I'm like, oh, I literally froze. I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't.
It's Manos.
Yeah, it's Manos.
Oh.
And
he's cute.
Yeah, he's very
good
cute.
looking.
So we're sitting on the boat, and I was like, I need to know how old he is. So my aunt tells me that she was going to ask, but I was like, no, I'm asking. You know?
Like we said, Sofia being very direct.
Yeah. I'm like, Manos, how old are you? And he's like, oh, 19. Anyways, we met, we hung out that whole day, and the
just
next
the two
day,
of you, or like everyone
on the boat?
Okay,
everybody,
okay.
But the last boat stop, like we stopped at this cliff. Everybody got off to go swim, but I stayed on the boat and I just chatted with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we exchanged social media.
Okay.
And nothing happened for the rest of that trip. I was there for another 2 weeks in Milos, and we never spoke again.
Oh.
He had a girlfriend,
Oh.
if I remember well. We never kissed, nothing. Like, he was very respectful. And then we went to Mykonos 2 years later.
Oh my gosh. It was that late.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I remember walking to the beach, and I was wearing a dress and sunglasses. And we're walking on the beach, and I see him, and I'm like, what the heck? That's that guy. Right? So I took my dress off and my sunglasses off, and then I walked to where he was working, and I'm like, Mano? And he's like, and then it was like a movie. He kissed my cheeks. It was Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Costas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Costas.
Who's your Costas?
And
He was my
I could
Costa.
even see the connection that the two of you had right off the bat. Like, it was you guys were very much yourselves around each other.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like the type of like relationship you guys never like.
Yeah.
I'm not saying relationship as in dating, but like the relationship that you guys had was very much like you could tell that like he cares about you and he wants like the best for you, and like vice versa. And like, because you're not a jealous person by nature, anytime there would be like a girl that was kind of flirting on him or hitting on him, I remember you would just like you'd be sitting right there and you would just like laugh about it, but like genuinely laugh. Like
I know he's good looking, so I know he's gonna get attention. Yeah.
It was really cute.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were really cute together.
So that was 2018.
Did you ever date?
No, we never dated, and
Because it's like the distance or whatever?
no, he was never in my life when I wasn't in Greece.
Okay.
So we were never like, I never FaceTimed him. I never spoke.
Okay.
He was really just like my summer fantasy.
Fling.
Yeah, fling.
Remember when we left Mykonos and we took the ferry to Santorini and Sofia was crying, and then on her Finsta takes a picture of herself crying. And in the caption, note to self, never go to Greece and fall in love. You will get your heart broken.
And then I did it another 2 times.
Yeah.
But wait, Manos is not done.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
So that was May 2018. And then July 2018, I went back to Greece and we saw each other. We just went for lunch because then he had a girlfriend in July. He didn't in May, but he did in July. And then COVID came and all that. And then I went back last year and I saw him in Milos. And I went back this year and I saw him again. And he like came out for dinner with my girlfriends. He came to our Airbnb and just hung out with us. And so if you ever meet Manos and Milos, he's very sweet.
And say that Sofia says hi.
Yeah, say Sofia says hi.
He'll know.
He'll know, yeah.
That's so cute.
He knows,
Yeah.
but no one else knows.
No one else knows. I actually wished him a happy birthday really recently. I was like, hey, happy birthday. He's like, how do you remember? I'm like, he's on your story, you dingus.
Yeah.
But I know it's his birthday, February 12th.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
How old does he turn?
do you remember? Wait, I'm gonna put you on blast for a second.
What?
Do you remember when you were younger and you had a folder on your phone of boys
Oh, yeah.
that you would just like take stalker pictures of? Yeah, because they were hot in public. She would
Yeah.
just take a picture of them.
Yeah, like all the cops in Italy. Yup.
And do you remember? Wait, there's one thing else I wanted to discuss was because I'm very curious about this, but your Justin Bieber era.
Oh my god.
Because you had a very, very big Justin Bieber era.
Oh yeah.
Do you still like him?
No, I don't even follow him on Instagram anymore. Like
Shocking.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought I was gonna marry Justin Bieber, and I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel like
I'm
a lot of
not
girls.
I
here-
hear
do.
girls talk about Justin Bieber. They all say that, and like they're genuinely serious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I was in love with him.
No, I was in love with him, and I was like, there's no way. I know it's gonna be me and him in the end.
Oh my god.
And did any guy like ever? Did you find it hard because you'd compare them all to Justin Bieber?
Yes. Like how ridiculous. But
No, it's not. It's, to be honest, I understand it, because when you become so like, you know, you idolize this celebrity for so long, and they're very good looking and they're very talented, and
Yeah.
then the fact that they're famous is all like a huge turn on, right? But then you also like create this idea of how you guys would be together in your mind.
Oh my God.
And you create like the perfect scenarios, the perfect relationships, and then it just makes you fall more and more in love with the person.
I had birthday parties for Justin Bieber. Okay, his
Oh,
birthday's
wow.
March 1st, and we used to have a cake that would say "Happy Birthday, Justin Bieber" with my girlfriends.
Stop. I'm dead.
Yeah, and
Did you ever have one of those like fan accounts for him?
yes, I had a fan account, a Facebook page, a Twitter account.
Did you like Selena Gomez
When
because he was dating?
with him, yeah, I don't like have an opinion on whatever's on the whole Haley.
No, I'm asking
Oh,
like
okay.
at the time when you were obsessed with Justin Bieber, were you like annoyed at Selena because he was with her?
Yes,
Okay.
I was jealous.
Okay.
Yes. I was like, that's gonna be me. That
She
should
doesn't
be
know.
me. That's
Yeah.
a song of his.
Do you remember when he would do his tour and he would have One Less Lonely Girl
Oh
on
my
the
God.
stage?
I always wanted to be it, and I never was.
Did you go to his concert?
Yeah, I went to all of them, and I was convinced one day I'm gonna be the one that's lonely girl. I never was.
How many times has he come to Montreal?
Like 3 or 4.
And you went to all of them?
There's one that I missed. It was the first My World tour that I missed.
Okay.
We went to the same Justin Bieber concert.
Yeah.
The one where he was so not wanting to be there. You
Oh
could
yeah,
tell.
the Purpose tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Well, that's
like
not a good show.
no, but he was also like severely depressed
Yeah.
at that time, and I remember because we were in the pit with my friend, and like he did not want to be there.
No, it
I was like,
wasn't.
this poor guy. We left early.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I want. Oh my God, why was it Justin Bieber out of anything? Like, what was it about Justin Bieber that you loved so much? The music, who he was.
I just think I was the perfect age to like Justin Bieber.
Okay.
And I thought he was good looking.
Yeah.
I'm 5 years younger than him, so it was like everybody liked him at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, why him and not like Shawn Mendes? Let's say, are they the same age?
Yeah, no, Shawn Mendes is my age, and he
my
wasn't
gosh,
famous
so
until I was older.
Oh, okay.
And there was One Direction that started later.
Yeah,
but I think that was more girls a bit younger than me that really liked One Direction.
Okay.
But honestly, like, I still will listen to One Direction sometimes just to put myself in a good mood.
Do you still listen to old Justin Bieber music?
No, I can't do it. I find it's really annoying.
What about like his newer? What's the one that came out in 2020? Peaches. With that song.
I don't know what it's called.
But the Peaches
Lifetime
song, I like that
something.
song.
Yeah, there's like 3-4 songs that I like on that album, and that's it. I don't know all the words.
Because I remember like thinking back then, I'm like, Sophia's never gonna like another artist. She's only gonna ever like Justin Bieber.
No, those days are gone.
Who's an artist that you have on repeat nowadays?
I really like Ed Sheeran.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. And I really like this Greek singer, actually.
Okay.
Called Marina Spanou.
Marina Spanou?
Remember the song Metro Antistrofa?
Oh my god, love that song.
You remember the name?
What
song is that?
They're trying to get everyone in
Metro
Greece.
Antistrofa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that song.
Metro Antistrofa.
People are, if Greeks watch it, they're gonna know that song.
But remember in the clubs, we were always like, can you put this song on? No one knew what we were talking about.
What? Whatever. The camera might be different because I had to switch the battery, but we're talking about music.
And we said artists that we like.
Yeah, you like Greek music?
Greek music, Ed Sheeran. Honestly, I just like songs that I can like scream the lyrics to.
Mm-hmm. Songs that you can sing in the shower, songs that you can sing in the car, things like that.
Do you like Taylor Swift?
Yes, All Too Well, the 10-minute version.
Oh my god, so good.
Like, I just went through a heartbreak, and that song was like my song.
Mm-hmm. God, it's so good. Have you listened to that full one, the 10-minute one?
Yes, I have.
Why did you breathe like that?
I don't know what it is. Like, I love her music. I think she's so talented.
She bothers you?
There's something about her that bothers me. I don't know what it is.
You're not the first person to say that. I actually know a lot of people that say that exact same thing.
Yeah,
I love her.
Also, I still have like, her albums on my phone and stuff. Like, I listen to her music. I think she's very talented. There's no reason for me to not like her. There's something that I don't like. Like, when I see her performing at her concerts and like there's like this, the way she like interacts with her audience, I'm like, it's so cringy. Like, she just knows that she's like the fucking shit,
I know a lot of people say that. I kind of like that about her.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm just like, the thing is that her fans are like that. Like,
that
whole persona that she is, and like interacting with them. Like, I don't know, the fans are like that.
What do you mean?
Like, my cousin's friend is obsessed with Taylor Swift, and like, we would be on the beach, and she would have like her headphones on and just be like listening to her Taylor Swift and like screaming the lyrics out loud, basically.
Oh my
and
God.
it just makes me think of the way Taylor performs. But I like her.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that like I still like, I love her music. She's so talented. But then like, like I see clips and like just the facial expressions she has, and she like looks at her fans, and there's like, a stadium of people. Like, she's so popular, and she's like like, I can't even explain it. It's just like, it makes me cringe.
I think it's because, I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong, but when she was like super dorky growing up and like bullied and whatever, and so when she got super popular and all this stuff, I think it's like she's still kind of a bit dorky, and she's also always a little bit not shocked, because she knows that she's Taylor Swift. Like, she understands what that comes with, but it's like she's always almost in awe.
She's
but
got
also,
that like awkwardness to her.
Yeah, like there's a little part of her that's still like, she's still a human being that's like a little dorky, and so she's always going to be a little bit like, I don't know. That's how I take it. And then because maybe because I'm dorky too.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't
know.
know.
Makes sense.
I just, I don't know. I like her. I'm not like a diehard fan of like any artist. Like, I've never been that way. Maybe the Backstreet Boys when I was little, which you got to touch my two favorite ones at that concert, and you literally had no idea who these people were. And I really liked Britney Spears when I was little. But
Britney Spears.
Spice Girls too.
Yeah, Spice Girls too. But it was never, I never would have like, I guess maybe because it wasn't a possibility for me. Like, you got to go to Justin Bieber's concerts and stuff. I never did that as a kid. So it was never, to me, they weren't real people.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, that's just the people on the radio. Like, I didn't understand the concept of like, you know, artists or whatever. But
yeah, I guess like I grew up with artists on social media.
Yeah, like I didn't have social media as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, actually I did want to ask that. What was it? I mean, not that you know any different, but like you grew up with social media from a very young age. Did you find that you experienced a lot of bullying online with that kind of stuff?
Yeah, and I think social media was a way, like, I think social media in your teen years where you're discovering your sexuality is so awful.
Really?
Because your posts on Instagram are just going to be so much more promiscuous and like showing things off, and you know, like,
I'm so happy that
they
like we didn't have social media to that extent when I was growing up. I'm so happy the stuff I would have posted.
Like, I think of the stuff that I posted in my teen years versus what I post now, and it's like, whoa.
But I think that's anyone, right? Like we had MySpace became popular, and then it was Facebook, and I remember we'd go out, Kyla, and we'd have on Facebook you could only have an album of 60 photos, but we would take like 200. So we have like La Mouche Part 1, La Mouche Part 2, like different albums.
There was no editing.
No, and it was just like us wasted. And like literally like my friend would post photos of her like puking. Like it was just,
oh my God,
because it was just like your close friends and family. It wasn't like a public thing, right? But it was still, you would post those things without thinking twice about it. And I remember when I was like 25, I went back on my old Facebook and I like deleted a ton of old albums because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. And I wish I didn't do that. I wish I just privated them, because I would love to go back and look now to see, like, because I was so embarrassed of those photos.
And like back in the day too, when it was like we'd go clubbing when we were in our early 20s or teen years, it was like you're wearing like the really, really big stiletto heels with like the platform, and they were sparkling. It was the most uncomfortable heel you could ever think of.
Push-up bra, like
the push-up bra, like your dress was like super short and skimpy. You'd be like January.
Yeah.
And
oh my God, yeah, I went through that.
Your makeup was very like just like way too much makeup, and like there's a girl actually that posts on TikTok. You sent me one of her videos the other day.
She's so
it's, like,
funny.
Getting ready for school or something in like 2007, like POV.
Oh my God, okay.
Oh my God, and her, first of all, her face is orange.
Like didn't match the rest of her body.
It doesn't match the rest of her body.
Typical.
With the concealer on the lips, the eyeliner that makes you look like a raccoon. There's no filling in your brows. You have the big snooky poof. Your extensions
that
are
show.
completely showing. And then you're wearing like a really long tank top that goes down to like
that's
halfway
tight on
down.
the boobs, but then loose.
Yeah, and it goes down halfway down like your
those.
thighs.
Yeah.
With your leggings and then ballerina slippers.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
like
God.
a big necklace, like chunky, like weird necklace. And
like times were so different.
And the Britney Spears perfume.
Like now, I actually saw another video too, and the girl's like, why couldn't it have been like this in our days when we're going out to a club? And the girl, she's like filming her feet, and she's like wearing like, you know, the big skimpy heels with like the small dress, and then like zooms to like the girls that are right in front of her, and they're all wearing these like boyfriend jeans and Nike sneakers.
Literally, why couldn't it have been like that?
I know.
Gosh, the way I used to dress, and it's so funny because there was no social media or anything like that. It was just we dressed the way that we thought was like hot.
Yeah, but it was like very like trash.
Yeah, it was just not cute. Like I look back at that time and I'm like, wow, my extensions were showing.
Like I remember when
how did guys find us attractive?
Sophia, I know,
orange face with
I
a
know,
line, like,
and like no eyebrows.
Dream at Moose.
Yeah, literally. I remember when I started taking Sophia out with me, and Sophia was always like so much more comfortable, like going out, like not really wearing makeup. She wouldn't put heels on. She was always wearing pants. And
you're talking about her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because you're saying she. I'm like,
but
what?
I remember always being like, wow, she's really like confident for her age. Good for her. And then as times went on, I was like, no, it's because that's what your norm was. Whereas for me, it was like, you don't go out to a club in sneakers, you're not getting in.
Yeah, no, they had a rule though.
Yeah.
They had rules. Like there was dress code when you go to clubs.
Yeah. And you had to like look a certain way to get into a club.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're underage. Not that we're saying you have to be underage, but like we'd have to always try to look older.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But
Getting into clubs underage.
Yeah.
I got rejected on prom night. The first
You
time
did?
ever. First time ever. I was like,
whose
wow,
ID
really?
did you use?
I'm not gonna say.
Was it me?
No.
Okay.
But you had really blonde hair at the time, and I was like, I had black hair.
Oh,
like, there's no way.
You dyed your hair black. I dyed my hair orange.
Yours was like white.
Oh, it was the white.
But
the white era.
Yeah, like I never got rejected getting in anywhere, and then on prom night get rejected. Like and I was standing outside of the club crying to the bouncer. Please let me in.
Do you remember when Sofia had side bangs? You
my
posted
God,
that photo on your story. Like, was it yesterday? The side
Yeah,
bangs? I died.
Yeah, and by the way, that's in the bus in Greece. I took that photo.
Oh, really?
My grandmother was sitting next to me, and I was just like going at it, taking selfies with my bangs.
Remember when you were into planking?
Yeah.
And you planked?
What?
You planked in Greece?
I planked at the Acropolis in Athens. Yeah.
Do you have a picture
I did
of that?
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
there
on my
is.
Facebook. I did it for your dad, and he like was like, yeah, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
That's a good plank, Soph.
Sophia.
No, like,
What the hell?
yeah, I planked at the Acropolis.
That was such a random popular trend.
Do you
like,
not have Facebook anymore?
Yeah, I do. Why, you can't find me?
SOF, not PH.
I know, Alex.
think she doesn't.
Actually, a friend of mine just had her baby and named her Sofia
I
with
don't
an F.
see.
Yeah.
Bro, you look so different.
No, I know because I had a nose job. Wait.
I always forget you had a nose job.
Yeah, because it's not like a nose that you can ski on.
A snooze?
A snooze. A snooze?
A snooze.
A snooze?
my
a
nose.
snooze
Are
my
we not
nose.
friends on Facebook, Kyla?
Yeah, we are.
Wait a second.
Sophia will find it for you.
You probably privated the photo.
Yeah, I probably did. You know what? I'll look for it like when I get home. I planked at the Acropolis, and actually I was talking about it this summer, and when I was on a boat, I was like with my girlfriends, and I'm like, plank!
Oh my
Drunk on a
God.
boat, it's 10 in the morning.
Drunk.
That was such
Yeah.
a funny time, though, when everyone was planking. People would do it
So
in the
random.
funniest places.
Yeah, at the Acropolis in Greece. Like, in what world?
I remember Steph, our cousin, was planking at because she worked at the office at the time.
Yeah.
And she was planking on everyone's desks and sending photos. Just a big plank.
But it wasn't even a plank. It was like a Superman.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, guys, I love our family.
So random.
It's just so cute. It's like it's different now because like so many of us live like all over the map, but growing up was so fun.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I have
was.
so many good
It was.
memories.
Yeah,
was.
we had a really good childhood.
Guys, if I move, you better visit.
Well, duh.
I'm coming back. I told my parents I'm coming back for every Christmas.
But you're not gonna move forever, Sophia.
Indefinitely, Alex. That's like ideally, like I would love to do 6 months. And my husband is Greek, and he stays in Greece the 6 months that I come to Canada because I'm gonna need,
need
a
a
break.
break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll bring the kids.
Oh my God.
Or he can
Yeah.
keep the kids.
Yeah, or he can keep the kids too. Greek man, I don't know.
I always wonder, like, why did our family decide to come to Montreal? Like, I love our city, but like, it's so cold. Like, why here?
Well, I know on our Hungarian side there was a little bit of pride.
Huh?
Like there's a whole story behind why they didn't go to New York because they had family in New York, like Papa.
Okay.
Like he knew people that were already living in New York.
My Greek family, I know it's because my grandfather had an uncle in Toronto.
Okay.
And so he came to Toronto and started at University of Toronto his first year in engineering, but then switched to McGill. I don't remember the reason. And then met my grandmother in Montreal.
What's the future hold for you, Sophia? What do you want? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Okay, first let's do in 5 years.
Yeah, in 5 years. It's not 10.
Okay, so what day are we? April 10th.
Okay, well, it doesn't have to be the
2023.
exact.
Yeah, okay, I'm 23, almost 24. I'm going to be 28, almost 29 in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I got married at 28.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
in my love life, hopefully, like, somebody that I'm either married to or I'm planning on marrying. Work-wise, I don't really know. Work-wise, I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Life-wise, spending at least 6 months a year in Greece.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, like, hopefully that as of next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to come visit.
Yeah.
We'll have a place to stay.
Yeah, you will.
I'm gonna be working remotely.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna be living
So am
with
I
you.
going to be. There you go.
So am I gonna be?
So am I
too,
gonna
me
be?
too.
Yeah, me too, bro.
All I know is July 1st this year I'm in Greece.
You booked?
I'm hoping. Well, I'm
Okay.
going to book it. But
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was gonna be like, wait, I'm going mid-June, but no, I'm going mid-July.
Yeah, because I have to open the house that I'm going to be
You're
staying
gone for my birthday.
Yeah, peace, bitch.
Yeah.
Cool.
My goal
I
is
didn't
to
even realize I'm gone for your birthday.
Kyla, my toxic trait is literally me being offended that you're missing my birthday, but I think I've missed like 3 of your birthdays in the past few years. And like I don't think twice about it.
You're like, screw it.
Being selfish.
If you're in Milos this summer, maybe I'll see you. Could we say that?
Yeah.
If you're going to Greece, maybe message Sofia and ask her for some recommendations.
Yeah, like I've only been to 3-4 islands, but odds are.
What islands have you been to?
Milos, Mykonos, Santorini, Zakynthos, other ones. I can't remember.
Anyways.
Oh, Syros.
If you ever need tips for traveling in Greece, certain parts of Greece,
I'd be happy to help.
Do you have tips for traveling on a budget, like cheaper flights? Because it's expensive flying there.
Cheaper flights? No, not really. Skyscanner, but yeah, I don't.
That's what you use?
No, I book my flight always through Air Canada because I have points. Yeah, and
same.
I get the direct flights.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Do you ever fly air transit?
Sometimes, but rarely.
Yeah, I like the points. I actually was just able to upgrade Dan and I on our flight to Lisbon because of all the points I had. So it was nice.
Was it first class?
Yeah, well, business class.
Aegean Airlines, which is the airline in Greece that will fly from Athens to the islands, is also part of the Star Alliance. So if you
are they really?
Points, yeah. So if you have points with Air Canada,
was I British in that?
Points.
Oh, they really?
Sorry, Sophia.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. Anyway, so as I was saying,
they really over it. So I hope you enjoyed our first episode of Cousins Corner. We want to have other cousins on as well, whoever is willing. I know Christina, Stephanie, and Lauren also, they wanted to do it. And
Lauren's a maybe.
Oh, Lauren's maybe. Okay.
I know my brother's down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would he be?
Yeah, he told me.
No way. I was just thinking before, because we were saying like how close our families were, and like Kyla and Sofia always had like a really close connection, like when we were children, and then like me and Andreas, because literally all we talk about is Harry Potter, and then when you became like a teenager, then we got really close. Yeah. And then you guys got really close in your 20s, I would say, like your early 20s still. Yeah. But like, you know what I mean? And it's just cool how like as life goes on and as we all have our own lives, we'll always like connect. And
everyone is so different in our family. Like all the cousins.
We're all so
different, but like also so similar in a lot of ways, like very like family oriented.
Yeah,
and, like we all like we love each other unconditionally.
I know.
But
like we do share genes at the end of the day. So,
yeah, like
that's
we're
pretty cool.
Similar, but like so different.
I know.
So different.
Well, even like the way we all look. Like think about Arkham or not Arkham. Think about freaking I don't know who's like the most blonde, Raphael, and then Christina.
Yeah.
Like they're related, but they don't look at all the same in any way. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
It's pretty cool though.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks for being on, Sofia.
Thanks for being on, and maybe we'll have you on in the future.
I'd love to.
We can do like a little fun, even if just chatting.
I think after our Europe trip this summer, then we should have Sofia back on, and we should talk about our experience on the trip.
Okay. I would love that.
I'm in.
That'd be fun.
We'll only film in October though.
Yeah, because you're gonna be gone for a fucking while.
That's okay.
I'll talk about my experience before you get home, and then we'll have you on again, and then we'll talk about it
like a shared. Okay.
Yes.
And if anyone has any questions for Sofia, feel free to leave them down below if you're on YouTube, or you can message us and we will check in with her. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.